Hello, and welcome to our new video entitled Return to Eden. Let's begin. God has told us what the last days would look like, what the people living in those times would be doing, and how they would be doing it, and even what their end result would be. So let's go to 2 Timothy 3 to see very quickly. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. This passage goes on to describe the people of the last days. Said they'd be lovers of pleasure more than lovers of God, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof. In verse 8, it gives us the pattern that they will follow. Now, as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. The men of the last days resist the truth as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses. So we go back to Exodus to see the pattern of the magicians resisting Moses. That is the pattern for the last days. It's in Exodus 7. Then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantments. That is how they resisted Moses. They did in like manner with their enchantments. That is how the people of the last days will resist the truth, by doing in like manner with their enchantments. The people of the last days have followed this pattern. They don't resist Moses, they resist the truth. So what is the truth? The truth is Christ. Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. Christ is the true vine. He says, I am the vine, ye are the branches. We are the branches in that vine. And as long as we abide in the vine and he in us, we produce much fruit. But without him, without the vine of Christ, without the true vine, we can do nothing. That is the truth. That is the pattern that they resist. And how do they resist it? They also did in like manner with their enchantments, by doing in like manner with their enchantments. That's how they resist the truth. And they have done that. Enchantment. Lahat is the word. H3858. This word occurs 2 times in the Bible. It is translated flaming and enchantment. It is translated this way because the word lahat means a flame, a blaze. It's translated flaming for that reason. And that is what they've done. They have done in like manner with their enchantments. They have done in like manner with their flame. They 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 stay attached to their vine. They have produced a vine, and they are the branches in their vine. And as long as they stay connected to their vine, they produce much fruit. Their vine is the electrical system. Their vine is the wires of electricity, and they are called hot. When you look at it, the wires that carry electricity, they are actually called hot. They have named things as if they were fire because they have done in like manner with their flame, with their enchantments, with their lahat. The people of the last days have done in like manner with their enchantments, with their flame, and have made a vine. It is not the vine of truth. It is not the vine of Christ. It is not the true vine, but it is a vine of power, their vine. It is the vine. Their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. Cities have been covered by their vine. As you go down the roads, look at the sides of the roads. Their power hangs upon their cross. It is their vine. In the houses, all along the walls, within the walls, above the walls, in the ceilings, the people that live in the last days have been swallowed, have been completely consumed, devoured by their vine, which is called hot. It is as if it were fire, devoured as if it were fire. And as long as they stay connected to that vine, we see that they have produced much fruit. They have produced much fruit, but they can do, without their vine, they can do nothing. This is what the people of the last days have done. They have done in like manner with their enchantments. They have done in like manner with their lahat, their flame. When you know the truth, and that truth is Christ, you can see what they have done as they resist the truth. The world they built, they also did in like manner with their enchantments, and we can see that all around us. Their enchantments, lahat, numbered H3858, meaning flaming enchantment. This kingdom is numbered. The writing is on the wall. H3858 is numbered with G3858, which is paradecomai, and that word is translated receive, which is what the people of the last days have done. They did not receive Christ. They did not build their world upon his truth. They did not become the branches in his true vine or build their world upon his foundation. No, they received the enchantments unto themselves. To receive, take upon oneself is what they have done with the enchantments. They have received the enchantments and built their world upon it. It has become their foundation. They have become the branches in their vine that they have built to resist the truth. The vine of enchantments, the vine of burning, the flaming enchantment that the people of the last days have cast down in resistance to the truth. The people have received it as they should have received the truth. So we have seen what the people of the last days have done with those enchantments. They did in like manner with their enchantments. They resist the truth with it. The word enchantment was lahat. That word occurs 2 times. Flaming enchantment. We see the word enchantment in the verse above. What is the usage of the word flaming? Where is it used? It's in Genesis 3. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. The other usage of the word enchantments is the flaming of the sword which keeps people out of the Garden of Eden. This is a pattern, this is the framework. Let's see what that means. So let's look at one of the things that happened after the fall, after Adam and Eve sinned. And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree, of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed the ground for thy sake, and sorrow shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Sorrow implies toil, struggle, so it will be hard to work the ground. It will be hard to work. That is one of the curses. The curse is on the ground. It will be hard to work. That is one of the implications of being removed from the Garden of Eden. Now we see this. When they left the Garden of Eden, the ground was cursed and their work became difficult. The people of the last days have sought to reverse the curse through technology. All of the technology that they are building is to make things easier, to make it easier for people to do work. And now people have been talking about the end of work, that robots, that artificial intelligence, the technology of some form or fashion will do the work for us. So I guess we can just relax in our own personal Garden of Eden. That is where this is going. That is the pattern that they're following. The wise men and the sorcerers of the last days have been called. They resist the truth by having done in like manner with their enchantments, their flame. The people have received their enchantments and have become the branch in their vine. It is as if they have gone through the fire toward the Garden of Eden in order to escape the curse. This is the pattern. This is the pattern of the last days. This is why people have received their enchantments. It makes life easier in their mind, although it has become their God because they have become the branches in it. And now they rely upon it and they can do nothing without the vine of electricity. So we can see this pattern. The people of the last days have done in like manner with their enchantments, with their lahat. They have done in like manner with their lahat and received it. They have received it as they should have received the word of God. But they rejected the truth. They rejected the true vine. And they used the lahat, these enchantments, and they built their own vine. They built their own vine in which they are the branches. They are the branches within their vine, and they produce much fruit. But without their vine, they can do nothing. Everything is at the fingertips of their hands. Their world is at their disposal. They have everything they possibly need. Their paradise is at their fingertips. But without their vine, they can do nothing. This is the pattern that they have done in the last days, and it is evident. We can see what the people of the last days have done. The evidence is all around us. They have done in like manner with their enchantments, their lahat. And that word is a noun. The word lahat comes from the verb lahat. Let's look at that verb lahat. Lahat. The verb lahat is 3856. It is translated set on fire. Set on fire. It is translated set on fire, burn up, burn. It is the verb lahat. And since Isaiah 42, it appears, Therefore he hath poured upon him the fury of his anger, and the strength of battle. It has set him on fire round about, yet he knew not. And it burned him, yet he laid not to heart. Set on fire round about. Lahat. The people are set on fire round about in this day and age, and yet they know not. It burns them, and yet they lay not to heart. They don't even consider it. The writing is on the wall, and the people of these days don't see it. The writing is on the wall in this verse as well. H3856 is numbered with G3856. G3856 is paradisios. Paradisios, paradise. This kingdom is numbered. They have gone towards paradise. They have made their best effort to build a vine of Sodom, a burning vine, to take them to their paradise, to mitigate the curse. It will not work. Their vine will be cast down. Their vine will be left as nothing. They will be left without root or branch in that day. And we can see that this word is numbered, paradise. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith to the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life, which is in the midst of the paradise of God. We can see the framework, and we can see what they have done with their enchantments. We can see it because the time is now. The writing is on the wall. Now let's take a look at this flaming sword. So he drove out the man, and he placed at the east of the Garden of Eden cherubims and a flaming sword, which turned every way to keep the way of the tree of life. Sword, cherub, H2719. This kingdom is numbered. The writing is on the wall because this is numbered with G2719, which is Catisteo. Catisteo is devour, devour. Therefore, wait ye upon me, saith the Lord, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them mine indignation, all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. And we see this, the pattern has come true today. The earth has been devoured, swallowed up by electricity. The earth has been devoured by the fire of his jealousy, because their vine is of the vine of Sodom and of the fields of Gomorrah. They are not upon the vine of Christ. They have rejected the truth and instead have built the world upon their vine, upon their enchantments. They are devoured with the fire of his jealousy. Let's look at one more from the Old Testament. Behold, the name of the Lord cometh from far, burning his anger, and the burden heavy. His lips are full of indignation, and his tongue as a devouring fire. And his breath as an overflowing stream shall reach to the midst of the neck, to sift the nations with the sieve of vanity, and to bridle in the jaws of the people, causing to err. This world is sifted with a sieve of vanity, and we have seen it. We can see it with our eyes. The writing is on the wall for this day. As we look at this next verse, remember that electronics are made with small amounts of gold and silver as conductors. They are built with small amounts of these metals. Your gold and silver is cankered, and the rust of them shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. This verse has come to pass. As we look around along the roads, along the byways and highways, they have their power. Their vine is on their cross, and it has swallowed up the world. It has swallowed up the people. It has eaten their flesh. It has eaten their flesh as it were fire. These wires are called hot. It has eaten their flesh as it were fire. They have heaped treasure together for the last days. It is within their hands, at their fingertips is their world, their paradise. And they have heaped treasure together for the last days. The writing is on the wall. Now, if we look at the word rust here, the word rust is ios. Ios. It occurs 3 times, translated poison 2 times, rust in this verse. It is the poison of their devices, the poison. Their wine is the poison of dragons, and we have seen it in this verse. Their rust is their poison, and it testifies against them. It testifies against them. ios. We know that we are in the times of the end because the writing is on the wall for our generation. The ios. The iOS is the operating system for their fruit, their devices, the Apple devices. The operating system is the Greek word rust. And we look at this verse again, the rust of them shall be a witness against you. You may be looking at this right now on one of their devices. And in that case, this has come to pass right before your eyes. It has testified against them. The rust of their devices shall be a witness against you, and shall eat your flesh as it were fire. Ye have heaped treasure together for the last days. The writing is on the wall, and we can see it because it is our time. It is for us. It is for these last days. They have heaped treasure together for the last days.